What's up, guys? We are Past the Pop Culture. My name is Ricky with my co-host here, Mrphen.
Yo.
And today we're going to be talking about a lot of things, but most importantly, we're going to be talking about, AI bot, Dungeon Master. We got some news about Naughty Dog's next game being kind of TV show, like an update to the Division movie that I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. We're getting a little update, some disappointing news, and then just some heads up, right? So we got like the Epic Game Store, what's coming out for the 13th? I'm sorry, the 13th free game. I'm sorry. So that would be for the 27th? So it'll be the 28th?
It's out now, so you should be getting it.
So yeah, by the time you guys see this, you should go and check your free mystery game. And I'm kind of excited for that. So I have a little alarm so I don't forget. So anyways, first thing we're talking about is actually Super Smash Bros. Because he is semi-retired.
Oh.
Oops, just hit the mic. He's semi-retired. So
Sakurai. I mean, he kind of earned it, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, he's like 50-something, but I know he had some health issues and stuff, and it just was really taxing on each Smash Bros. Game because he just slaves away at it. I mean, he just really puts everything he has into it. And so, yeah, I mean, he's made our childhood games, right?
Yep.
I'm willing to give him...
He should be retired by now.
Yeah. Looks like we're not getting that...
I mean, it does mean, you're not going to get no more Smash
Bros. Or anything. But, so yeah, I think this pretty much really means, we're done with... Not done playing Smash, but Smash is pretty much...
dead.
No chance of...
About time.
Getting more development. But so there's a few things though. He has a YouTube channel, and we discovered that through this, and I just want to say you should check out the YouTube channel because it's really interesting. He goes over a lot of game design stuff that I find personally pretty interesting as someone who wants to learn how to make games. So in case anybody listening, I would 100% check it out, even just for entertainment. I bet there's gonna be some dude, because he does use Super Smash Bros. Footage and explains the mechanics behind it. So there's probably going to be some super smart dude who's going to go in, watch it, and be like, oh, let's exploit this, or let's figure out how I can optimally do this or that. Excuse me. But for me, I like it as an educational resource. But anyway, so he's pretty much, from what I understand, he is just kind of more just shifting to that YouTube stuff, and it's been around.
He's a content creator.
But
now.
He's content creator now. He's influencer. But so he's not going to be really working on any games in Nintendo. He may work as a consultant, or he may have a hand here and there, but he's not going to be heading the charge on any games from what I understand. So so pretty much if you look up Sakurai on creating games, it'll show up.
That's his literal YouTube channel, yeah.
Masahiro Sakurai on creating games, it'll show up.
That's cool. I like that.
But so I mean, kind of sad, but kind of cool at the same time that he's retiring. So now he's doing all that stuff, and he's kind of educating, but also it's we're not getting any more games. But he seems to be happy though.
Yeah. Plot twist. What if he's showing how he makes let's say Smash, so other people can try to make Smash-like games, and then we start to like these, brawling games that usually are mediocre at best.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's a
maybe Nintendo wouldn't allow that.
I mean, it depends. He can talk about it, but I don't think he can go so here's the code. That's.
You don't think so?
No, that's part.
That's his last hurrah.
If it's copyrighted, you can't do that. I'm pretty sure you'll get in trouble. But so he seems to be happy with how things are progressing. He's really enjoying it. Basically, he's most of the stuff I put out gets a bunch of likes, and no one seems to hate it or anything, so he's having a fun time just pumping out the content. And
he's a very happy guy.
So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, at least he's happy. But he's just a consultant, but for other companies too, but mainly Nintendo. But I mean, that's just a little update on that though. So
goodbye Smash, hello YouTube content.
He's been I mean, he's just been playing games and stuff. He beats Sonic.
He
beat Sonic Frontiers, Bayonetta 3, and God of War Ragnarok. So he does it while riding his exercise bike, which is very interesting.
That's what I do. Maybe I'm the next Smash creator.
You watch anime on there, But we're on the topic of games, of course, we'll be talking about Naughty Dog, right? Because, of course, we're avid Last of Us 2 haters. But I
thought you were going to say, like, avid lovers of Last of Us 2. I was like, oh.
No, we're avid Last of Us 2 haters here. But I do like the games Naughty Dog pumps out. I mean, up until recently. So, basically, of course, we already know Naughty Dog's working on a Last of Us multiplayer spin-off, which I'm still waiting for. And I really, honestly, I'm just going to preface this. All I care is that multiplayer is good. That's all I care. I will forgive Last of Us 2 sins if the multiplayer is good. Because I grew up playing the multiplayer. Like, that's all I used to play. Like, I would say I like the Last of Us multiplayer more than Call of Duty's. Like, I was just in it. And I wish there was, like, some sort of scene that... I mean, well, there was a small scene for it. But, like, there wasn't really anything competitive. It just wasn't mature enough as a game mode. And they supported it a little bit. But if they really would... I really wish they would have pushed it. And it seems like that's what they're trying to do with this multiplayer standalone, is that they want to try to push it to be a little bit more than what it was. Because it was just kind of, like, thrown in there. Like, I remember you had to pay for the mode, and then they eventually gave out codes so that you can just play it. I think for the Game of the Year editions or something like that. But anyways, yeah, like, because I wasn't going to play it, but because I got the free code, that's what... Yeah, I played it. And if that wouldn't happen, I would have been like... Yeah, I probably did a couple 100 hours on that. I mean, I was, like, obsessed with...
I don't think I really ever played it, right? Because I don't think I liked it.
No. I tried getting you guys into it, but it just wasn't your thing. But, man, I'd go on there and I would just, like, destroy...
You were heavily...
But I don't know why, but it just clicked with me for whatever reason. And I don't even like third-person shooters that much in general.
Yeah,
like, I don't like
that's the weird
multiplayer
part.
especially. But I did like... I mean, I liked Uncharted 4's multiplayer. That was pretty solid.
That was a good one,
so the thing is, like, of course, 3 was fun, but it had some issues. It was very... from what I remember, it just was kind of a little clunky. But it was still fun to play. The multiplayer for Last of Us was, like, awesome to me. I really enjoyed Uncharted 4's multiplayer. And then they haven't really come out with anything else multiplayer. Well, I mean, there was Uncharted 2 multiplayers, which I only played a little bit because I just really didn't get into it that much. But I'm hoping that they've taken the experience from that and then they turn into something good here, because, man, if this comes out and it's just garbage, I will be an upset boy.
But do you think, like, it can survive, like, in these times of, like, Call of Duty and Apex and Fortnite? Like, I feel like if they just kind of release this...
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think
unless there's a battle royale.
I don't think they... I mean, it would kind of serve the battle... you could do that. Like, Last of Us would be something to do battle royale, but I feel like they don't have to do that. I feel like there may be a game mode, like a mini battle royale. Like, you get, like, 16 players kind of thing, 24 players, and then you throw them into, like, a big area, and
like
then you
have... huge arena.
Yeah, you have them collect supplies, and so, like... I mean, that's because that's what you did in the multiplayer. Yeah. But it was a 4v4. But anyways, yeah, so, like, I was obsessed with the multiplayer, and so now this one's a standalone, and I don't trust Naughty Dog, and I'm still hoping that they do it, but if they get this right, they'll get it right, and this will be, like, the only game I want to play.
Well, it's not going to be for a very long time, right?
It's not going to be for a very long time, but because they have another game coming out, potentially...
Rumors.
This is rumors, but it's a fantasy game, which is...
Okay.
They've done more serious cinematic stuff, but it's supposed to be more in TV show structure. So that's what they say. It's a TV show structure. From what I understand, according to the article and everything, it says it's not necessarily a TV or, like, I should say episodic thing like Telltale's. But it's more that because since Neil Druckmann's been working on the Last of Us TV show, he's just going to go in and kind of do that writer's room style and basically try to create a game as if you're writing for a TV show. And that's what it seems like he's going to be more shifting into, which would be interesting.
But will that work?
I don't know. Like I said, all I care at the end of the day. I want that multiplayer to be good.
You don't care.
I don't care. Literally, like Naughty Dog can come up with garbage, right? Because look, there's potentially going to be a part 3 for The Last of Us, which
What? No.
I don't think they should do.
Unless part 3 is the multiplayer. How about that?
Unless part 3 is, just the multiplayer, or it's like 2.5 or whatever it is that they're going to call it. I don't want it. The thing is, like, they're doing a standalone multiplayer, then they're going to do 3. I don't know what's going to be the time frame here, 5-6 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming, because they're bringing out multiple games, right? They usually only do one at a time. It's, you know, so, and if we go back all the way to Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us 2, right? They had problems.
Mm-hmm.
Writers were leaving. You know, people just did not want to make the game. They had to get VFX artists and CGI artists from the movie industry and pay them because they didn't know how bad Naughty Dog treated their people. Because they were notorious within the gaming industry. Remember there's that. I think there was like an open letter and like all this stuff, and they were like, it's ridiculous hours. They turn you out and they spit you out, and they don't care. Apparently, Neil Druckmann was difficult to work with. And
Still is.
Yeah. There's a whole plethora of issues here, right? So my thing is like now they're kind of like branching into multiple games or doing multiple titles at the same time. I don't really know how that's going to affect the quality of the games. I'm assuming poorly, right?
Yeah.
Last of Us 2 was a mess. Graphically, looked nice. The cutscenes looked nice, but, you know.
That's about it, though.
Yeah, like, the story-wise was just, like, the flashback within the flashback within the flashback, and then just playing the same 3 days over again and making you make decisions that were kind of stupid. And you didn't want to, right? Like, I still remember where, like, you were fighting Ellie, and where you're like, I don't want to fight Ellie. I don't care about, what was her name? I don't
Starts
remember.
with an A.
Abby.
Abby, yeah.
I was like, I don't care about Abby. And I'm like, what if I let Ellie win? Is this like a choice thing?
Nope.
And then I was like, no, I don't want to do it. No, the game forces you to do it. You don't like this character. This other character you grew up with that you like.
Yeah, and they just made her a villain somehow. And it's like, well, how?
And it was like, the decisions, well, we'll go into a Last of Us rant too. It's already turning into that. I was like, yeah. So anyways, the point being, I'm scared. And I just want the multiplayer to be good. I'm going to keep saying that. I just want the multiplayer to be good. But yes.
But there is light at the end of the tunnel, you know? The show's coming out. It's supposed to be really good.
January 15th?
Somewhere
around there.
Like 2-3 weeks from now. You know,
so,
and if they do want to take the approach of the writers and the show's good, and they somehow translate that to video games, then maybe there's hope.
Well, I think it was somewhere in the article or somewhere else or whatever, but that apparently Neil's character, where was it? But basically, or no, Tommy's. So they're gonna add. So the actor for Tommy, saying that the game, people will think that the game is based on the series.
That's right, yeah.
Right, and they're gonna add cut content from the game into the show, which I like.
But how are you gonna? Oh, I guess that.
So the thing is, it's just they're elaborating on the story a bit more, and hopefully it works well still. So yeah, it'll be January 15th where the game. The movie or the TV show. Gosh, movie coming out. So, but yeah, there's things to be looking forward to. I think the TV show's gonna be fine. I know we were kind of like, I don't know about this one, but
the trailer changed our mind.
So far, the last showings, I've been like, okay, I think there's something kind of solid here. I'm still ready to be disappointed, however, because Naughty Dog has been kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
So that's it is what it is. But yeah, so they'll be working on The Last of Us 3 potentially. They're gonna be potentially coming out with this fantasy game where they're gonna kind of work at it as kind of like a TV movie writer's room. I don't know. It's just we're gonna have to wait and see.
Hopefully they don't focus on story and not gameplay.
I honestly, I would, if the gameplay is okay, but the story is like Last of Us level, I'd be okay. I'd be okay.
I guess, yeah, that's a 50-50 chance, though.
Because The Last of Us was more, I would say, like, there's some outdated stuff about the first Last of Us. You go back and do the PS3. Like, it's a little wonky.
That's true.
But
the story was good
really
enough
good.
to be like,
the remasters kind of like, fix that stuff because there was a little wonkiness to it. But I don't know. I'd rather have the story be pretty good and then like the mechanics be a little iffy because they can
both.
Because the thing is, when they go back and do the remaster,
20
it'll
years
be good.
from now
It'll be good. Don't worry,
Naughty
guys.
Dog's like, let's make this one suck now.
Because look, all they do is remaster stuff. So it's fine if they like the story's good and they just make the mechanics kind of iffy because they'll just go back and they'll just milk it. They've been milking The Last of Us for 3 generations now of consoles, right?
Yeah, you're right.
PlayStation 3, 4, 5. So
you just had to be smart, Ricky.
Yeah. So, anyways, though, Dungeons and Dragons is getting. You can use your AI bots now to Dungeon Master.
This is cool.
Apparently, works pretty well. Haven't used it 100. I haven't used it like I don't really know how any of this works 100%. Essentially, you can give them all the data and fill it in.
Yeah, you teach it is what they say, right?
He will even kind of like add things in, or it's just whatever, and the robot spits it out, and then you're like, all right, here you go, and then here's your scenario, and okay, this happened and that, and then how you respond, you just put it in, and it works. So if you don't have enough people, or you want to try to get a dungeon master,
it's called what? Chat GPT?
Yeah, Chat GPT is the AI.
Yeah. So, I mean, you just teach it. Like, I think you have to, like, handhold it for a little bit, but then it learns on its own.
You give it some parameters, but apparently it works out pretty well. So, it's 2-player D&D scenario. Because, I mean, and when you think about it, it's probably not that big of a deal because I've seen, like, AI Dungeon or whatever it's called. And it's very similar. And it's because, luckily, with something like Dungeons and Dragons, there's a lot of parameters because people have to run it. Right, so it gives you a lot of rules set, and it's perfect for like the computer. But yeah, if you go onto thegamer.com, Dungeons and Dragons Chat GPT AI DM, it will list all the stuff that you can go check out the Reddit links and all the stuff it's said. I was like, I'm not gonna look through all that, but it looks pretty cool. It's also on the D&D subreddit, so you'll be able to do that. But yeah, it spits out everything. It seems like a cool little story that it was able to come up with. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So that is an alternative.
Wow.
And it just kind of weird though when you think about it. You got that robot.
Wait, I don't think I realized this the first time I read this. This is what the AI?
Yes.
Wow. I thought this was a human. Wow.
Yeah. So you do have to train it a little bit, but yeah, it's not that bad. So
that's
it
cool.
Seems to be interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of these kind of programs around, like when they do like the dungeon crawler ones, the text adventure ones. I've seen that where they go in and they're like, oh, boom, here, list what you want to do. And then it's like, oh, do you want to pick up something, check the ground, and it lets you check, and it just generates everything on the fly. So that's pretty cool to me, I think. And like AI like this is probably eventually going to start going into games, but it might be kind of difficult because I was watching a video and it was like, the reason why they don't add in AI into games is because you can have potentially unpredictable outcomes. So
makes sense.
It's harder to kind of control it because when it comes to like machine learning, it just keeps going and going and going. And eventually at one point it could just be better than the players, right? Like in the case of chess, it makes it very difficult. But like if you start like, you got the Koopas or something, and then they start getting like machine learning. Like you don't know how they react. Yeah, may not know how they're gonna react for the player. It's gonna be hard to adjust difficulty depending on certain levels of AI, right? And so it kind of like, I mean, there's AI in games, but AI is like, you're gonna move left and right when there's a player nearby. Accelerate more so that you can try to chase them down. Okay, they went around a corner, you can't see them. Okay, then you lose, sight, and then you'll stop running. Like there's that's kind of like there's different parameters. I'm very much simplifying it, but there's parameters that you can work with. But AI as in video games and AI as in how we know it, with the Terminator robots, basically, it's a little bit different from my understanding, from a little bit of research that I've done. It's a little bit different because. So there's like behavioral AI and stuff like that. So, but I don't really know too much of that, so I can't speak on it. On
Essentially,
all
we're
that.
all gonna die in the future. Is that what you're
But
saying?
I think it'd be too scary that like you got this game. It's like machine learning AI, and then it's just like eventually becomes sentient or something like that.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. So now we have an AI that can do fake scenarios in whatever story. We have another AI who already said they wanted to kill humans, and now all of a sudden it's like, you know what? I want to know how it feels to play a video game. Yeah, we have a few. Yeah,
so it's like let's.
And it's like we have another one. It's like, actually, I noticed how you guys feel with playing games, and I want to try to like feel that.
Yeah.
Is nobody seeing the red flags here, or
It's gonna be interesting, man.
everyone's just saying, "Oh, that's so cool."
Like we literally watched Terminator.
It's just we have all this power, but we should not be playing with it.
AI, like depending on what we can do with it, might be a good thing. But like, I think we just have to make sure we put up enough guardrails to be like, yeah, don't go in that direction.
Yeah, but I think
But
we're
that's
too
the thing
stupid
with
for that.
technology. It's like, well, if you thought about it, someone's gonna go invent it, and if someone's gonna go invent it, why not invent it yourself? That's pretty much the line of thinking.
Where's all the conspiracy theories, people?
Yes. Send
Save
us your
us.
conspiracy theories in the comments
Save
because
us.
it'd be very interesting. What's
I'm
your
just
AI
saying,
conspiracy theory?
The
Why
next,
now?
it's the robot age now.
Yeah.
We're here. We're all gonna die.
High on Life, the video game. So when we talk, I just saw the thumbnail. Yeah.
Stonks.
So basically, High on Life, the dev, he made Rick and Morty, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember the guy's name.
Josh
but-
Rowland.
Yes. So basically, he was saying he likes Xbox Game Pass. Surprisingly, apparently you make 7 times?
7 times more.
7 times more if your game's on Game
Mhm.
Pass. Which I mean, typically when I play a game on Game Pass, I just have it on Game Pass and like that's it. So I'm not sure if it's like
Yeah.
how many people are going out of their way to buy it specifically, not on Game Pass or not sure. They don't use the pass. They buy the game actually in itself because like I don't know the percentages of like if
Well, yeah, because even in the article, he's saying that people who don't put it on the Game Pass make less sales than the people, or like if they put a game on the Game Pass, they make more sales than like actual. So it's like, are these people playing it and then they're buying it because of the Game Pass, or are they buying it through the Game Pass?
From what I understand, that wasn't like clearly stated. Maybe we have to go back and maybe we're gonna actually have to watch that podcast episode, which you can. It's on Xbox podcast. So I don't know like how much of a kickback that the developers get from every download
That could be it
that
too.
happens, because maybe that they don't, maybe like the game is $10.99 and then some people will just outright buy it, because that happens sometimes. Like sometimes like I'll play a game and then I see it on there and it's leaving, and then I'm like, oh, should I buy it or not?
Right,
right. And so like it helps, and I think because sometimes you see those games going out, right? Like and you're like, oh, I kind of want to play it now.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. But it seems like that the subscription service, as described by, what's his name again?
Josh Rowland,
yeah.
or whatever his name is.
It's like
Rowland.
a war chest. So basically they help give you more money. So it seems like it's a win-win. I
But
guess
7 times, that's a lot.
it's another Game Pass W, I guess. It's really just...
And they keep growing.
Well, they keep growing. Yes, it's slowed down, but they're still growing. But the thing is, like, with something like Game Pass, right, you got to think about it in this day and age. Like, everyone gets it like that.
Yep.
And then it's kind of hard to see growth, I feel like, after that. Because it's like, who are you advertising to? Gamers, right? Almost every single gamer is going to know about that immediately. So most people who want to get it in the first place are going to get it. If you're someone like us and you're, like, too poor, you'll buy it periodically. You get it for that sweet $1 deal.
Yep.
And then,
Actually, I'm thinking about buying it like today too. So
yeah. So it's like here and there. It's like I think people cancel and keep their subscriptions, or just it's kind of like Netflix in that regard. I think it's like you can only gain so much because everyone has Netflix now.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of hard to keep growing, but like you make a stupid amount of money with the base that you do have. So it is what it is. But I think Xbox Game Pass so far has been a good thing. I know that when this came out, a lot of people were saying, oh, it might be a bad thing. I thought it would be more of a bad thing. I thought they were just going to put like
trash games.
Nope,
like we were wrong.
And they've been putting pretty consistently good games out on there. And so you got to applaud them for that, because like
they're smart.
We'll talk about Epic Store next. Like there's been some duds, if we're being honest. There's been some duds.
We missed Death Stranding, by the way.
Yeah.
Part 2 is coming out.
But the first game was Balloons Tower Defense 6. Now, I know people like Balloons Tower Defense 6.
I love balloons.
But, like, people like balloons and stuff like that. The thing is, it's not Death Stranding or, like, these big titles. You know what I mean? Like, you got AAA games over here coming out, and then you got balloons, right? I mean, it's a variety of things. Right now, today, which, you know, we're recording this on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
So we have Severed Steel, and I picked that up. That's like an FPS. So...
Never heard of it.
Yeah, never heard of it. But December 28th, the leaked game is Mortal Shell, and so I'm hyped for that because I've been wanting to play it, never got it. Been wanting to play
I hope
it.
they fixed the bug.
And so hopefully, yes, everything's fixed because and I haven't heard anything else besides the initial like playthroughs of it, I guess, like from people like content creators that were just like, yeah, they like it, it's good, or giving problems. I know I had a lot of problems, so hopefully it's good and it's fixed now. But yeah, get it for free. Death Stranding, I'm not too, like, crying about because, to be honest, like, it's not something that I feel like I have to play, Like,
I mean, I guess, but I kind of wanted to play it because Part 2 is coming out, and I have no idea what the heck what they showed us for Part 2. But it is just like a glorified mail simulator, so...
I mean, if it was like Silent Hill or like a...
like, I don't know.
Metal Gear Solid or something.
Well, like, what's a really good game recently that, like, is better than Death Stranding?
Recently?
Yeah, AAA status. I guess
AAA status?
in the last,
well, like in story driven?
Yeah.
You know what? I was playing Ghost of Tsushima for a bit.
Actually, that's a very good game.
And I kind of want to keep playing that because I was actually watching Ninja Assassin and it made me want to play Ghost of Tsushima. And I was watching Ninja Assassin because they're all like, I was like bored and I was like, oh, we'll watch it. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want to play like some samurai game or like
that's
ninja
a very
game.
good game.
And so like, yeah. And then, so that's why that was like one of the first things. Just Ragnarok.
I think you just missed a sale for that too.
Yeah. So.
Shame.
Is Ghost of Tsushima on PC now? I don't remember.
It's on PlayStation only.
I know
I have it.
I know it's on PlayStation, but yeah, that's the one I want to play.
Game. And then they're gonna make that into a TV show.
Yeah, because I only play that on my best friend's PlayStation 5.
I like how he has that suitcase.
It's a 6 suitcase. I totally got that. The PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
But it looks like a briefcase, and
it's literally just PlayStation 1.
But it has like the PlayStation thing, but it's like. If you brought that in public, right, it looks like someone just has like a regular briefcase, but someone knows what it is. It's like, oh, it's a PlayStation 1, so it's pretty cool, but you can find it on Amazon, I think. I think that's where he found it, so.
He's brave for carrying that around, though.
Yeah,
My
I know.
PS5 I don't even know where it is, actually. I think
it's right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah. So, yeah, the last thing, of course, to kind of close out on some sad news, I think. Basically, the Division movie project gets some disappointing updates, according to the Game Rant article. I know there's so many things here. So I want to watch World of Warcraft. Yeah. So, anyways, basically the game movie, I should say, is in like this limbo.
It's delayed indefinitely.
Yeah, because the illness that I think it was like the money flu. I think that's what it is.
Yep.
Like coin flu or whatever the thing is. Sounds like a crypto. Let me see. I can't find. Oh, yeah. I don't know what it's called. But anyways, the Division, of course, if you know, there's like this deadly flu and a pandemic that happens, right, in the game.
Yeah.
And people die. And was a little too close.
Yeah, dollar flu.
It's a little too close to home, but when the movie was starting to be in production, like 2016, there wasn't a lot. They announced it. There wasn't a lot of news. 2018 came by. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're gonna hand it off to the director for Atomic Blonde and Deadpool 2, and then he's like, oh, he's gonna handle it. So then
they got Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, they had Jake Gyllenhaal to be the lead, right? So that's a blow to all the Sigma males. And
how? I mean,
because you haven't seen the Jake Gyllenhaal edits for like Nightcrawler and all that stuff. I don't know if it's Sigma male or like alpha male or whatever it is, but it's like one of those like stoic.
Half our audience.
Those stoic edits. Those ones are funny. I like them. They're
okay. I'll trust you on that.
They're interesting to watch. Because everyone puts like in the comments like real, and then in parentheses like I'm eternally suffering, and it's hilarious. It's just,
That's terrible.
yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. Anyways. Yeah. The Division series. Yeah. So is the movie, I should say. The movie is pretty much just we don't know. It's not far along enough from the Rona to put this out because it's a little too close, right? And
But so what?
it just feels like they felt like it'd be a little bit in like poor taste. Like
How?
people wouldn't like it. That's what they said. I don't know. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, they make a movie. They made a documentary and a movie about the Rona.
Exactly. They've already made movies.
Or they made that one romance one where it's like dating and
Oh yeah, and they're stuck with each other. There's
like dating while quarantined
Yeah.
or like whatever it is. So it's like people trying to meet people during the quarantine.
I think that's
time.
more personal than a movie based on the video game.
I don't know, man. It's just
That's so stupid.
It's just there.
I don't know why I'm so angry.
It's
but
put on the shelf. I like the Division. I liked it. It was a good game.
2 was good, but nobody else played.
And then, anyways, yeah. So I mean, it has a decent concept. I do remember though, man, watching what was it? The trailer for it, but what game show or like award? I can't remember, but that was like back in like 2014, and I was like hyped, and I kept track of the Division for like 2 years or whatever it was, and I remember being like, Finn, we gotta play it, the game's on beta, and then so we got the beta, we got into the beta, and then we like really liked it. It was really fun,
right.
And then
Even Chris liked it.
Yeah, and that was like one of the last Ubisoft games that just did not lick marbles, and it was just.
We actually have a lot of memories on Division 1.
Yeah, our favorite was when that dude was like, "This is a team player game," but he's like British.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Oi, this is a team player game. Don't you nitwits understand?" And then he's all like yelling at us.
We're the only ones talking, because
but we were on a separate chat, and we were like, "Well, we don't want to talk to you now."
Well, you guys wanted to. I was like, no, let's keep this going.
Yeah, and then so he just got mad.
We still won though, but
If that was you, man, shout out, man. That's like a core memory of like gaming. I appreciate that.
What were our gamer tags back then? I think
it was
Toasty
Muffin.
Yeah,
too.
I think I'm still.
You're ice cream bar.
I'm still
So
Feel
yeah,
free to
but
add
anyways,
us.
we have a lot of memories on that. So it's kind of sad that this movie is.
They should still make the
gone.
movie. Like, come on,
I mean,
guys.
I would want them to. I personally wouldn't be offended. I think the people.
Make it a movie about a victory. COVID sucks, yes, but like maybe in the movie they find happiness. I don't know, or they find the cure.
It turns into dating while quarantined, right? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
It's just a long trailer for that one show.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that's actually pretty good, and I'd probably see it.
Oh my goodness! But yeah, I mean, I remember that there was some negative feedback for the Division because it didn't live up to the hype necessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you see, man, I miss back then when you got like those really cool like concept like gameplay trailers, right? Like, so you have like the Division, or even if you go back and watch the Last of Us game demo, the very first one, it's very similar to the actual release, but if you look at the minute details like the UI, like how characters interact, very different. And yeah, like it did get kind of downgraded in like the AI department because it was like super responsive. It was pretty crazy. I mean, that's back then. Now it's probably like basic, but I remember like watching these trailers a lot as a kid, and I was like, oh man, this game's gonna be so sick. The Last of Us lived up to the hype. The Division, I still enjoyed it, but yeah, there was some shortcomings there, but still enjoyed it nonetheless. But very sad that this movie's not coming out.
What a nail.
Well, not that it's not coming out, but that it's just up in the air, and
No
so that
balls.
means it's basically dead. It's
No
basically
balls.
dead. It's basically dead. So I don't really. I don't know.
Instead, they're gonna give us Assassin's Creed movie. The world sucks, Ricky. Oh, it's gonna be on Netflix. Oof. Well,
Yeah,
take
it
everything back.
was gonna be on Netflix, but hey, man, they I don't know. I was trying to fish for a compliment, but the snapping one, the potheads. Oh, it's not potheads, but they're the one with the teeth. the tea kettle ones, like Cuphead. There we go, not potheads.
I'm only thinking of like marijuana. I was like, our cousin?
Yeah. Sheesh. But yeah. Anyways.
Literal cups, and you call
Yeah,
them
Cuphead.
potheads.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like there's like
There is a
there's
pot.
pots and there's tea kettles and there's cups and so.
So
But
where was the
I was trying
company?
to think. Oh, that they did that pretty good.
Oh, okay.
That was entertaining.
Okay, there we go.
Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. If you
Whoa.
enjoyed today's episode, we'd very much appreciate if you leave a like and subscribe. If you're on our YouTube channel, we are at like 108 right now.
Yeah.
So very much appreciate it. Trying to get to like 110. Our goal end of the year goal was 100. Now we're gonna try to get 110 by the end of the year. So we got a couple days left by the time this comes out. Very much appreciate it if you help us reach that goal. Check out the Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/PassThePopCulture. We always go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2:00 Pacific Standard Time. We've been playing. Well, we were playing Dark and Darker. We're probably gonna go back to our 7 Days to Die series. So if you've been watching that, we very much appreciate it. We're gonna continue and pick that up. But yeah, hang out with us live. We talk about anything really. Just we get into some weird conversations, as you can tell with a lot of the clips.
Yep.
We just been having fun playing 7 Days to Die and just going crazy with it. But yeah, if you want to come in, talk about nerd culture, if you want to talk about video games, real nerd stuff, just like, hey, yeah, what do you think of the jumping physics? We'll talk about that. Like, we'll have fun with it. If you want to talk about mid piece, One Piece, whatever, if you want to trigger our cousin Angel, yes, I'd very much love if one of you guys came in and said, hey, let's talk about mid piece, exactly like that. We would very much, like, we don't watch it, but just to flame our cousin and like piss him off, we'd very much appreciate if you come by and did that. So that being said, if you're on the other podcast listening platforms, we very much appreciate if you dropped a 5 stars, a like, thumbs up, however it works on there, a heart, a good review. We very much appreciate it. We're always trying to grow the channel, so any support is always welcome. And yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.